Take a moment to place your hand over your chest. Do you feel that soft, steady rhythm, that gentle beat? It's easy to forget it's there until something feels off. Your heart has been working for you every single second of your life. But as we grow older, it doesn't always speak through pain. Sometimes it whispers, a little more tired than usual, a strange tightness when you walk, a skipped beat in the quiet of the night. The heart doesn't fail all at once. It often grows weaker silently until one day the symptoms are no longer subtle. And for many seniors, those warning signs are mistaken for normal aging. They're brushed off, ignored, or chalked up to just getting old. But what if I told you that your body has been trying to speak to you through your breath, your feet, your sleep? Today, I want to walk with you through 7 early signs that your heart may be getting weaker. They're not meant to scare you. They're meant to guide you so you can listen, act, and protect the rhythm that keeps you alive. Because it's not just about preventing a heart attack. It's about preserving your energy, your clarity, your independence. So sit back, breathe gently, and listen carefully. Your heart may be trying to say something important. Let's learn how to hear it before it's too late. Sign number 1, unusual fatigue. When tiredness feels deeper than usual. Have you ever woken up after a full night's sleep and still felt like you hadn't rested at all? Or maybe you went for a short walk, something you've done 100 times, and suddenly your legs felt heavy, your chest tight, and your whole body begging to sit down? This isn't just normal tiredness. This could be your heart quietly struggling to keep up. You see, your heart is a pump. When it's strong, it sends oxygen-rich blood to every part of your body with ease. Your muscles, your brain, your skin. But when it starts to weaken, that circulation slows, and the first place you'll feel it is in your energy. This type of fatigue isn't cured by a nap or a good night's rest. It's deep, lingering, and often unpredictable. One moment you're fine, the next you're exhausted from simply getting dressed or making lunch. And sadly, many seniors dismiss this feeling. They say, well, I'm just getting old. But age alone shouldn't steal your energy. Not like this. Fatigue is one of the earliest and most overlooked signs of heart failure, especially in older adults. When the heart isn't pumping efficiently, your muscles don't get enough fuel. Your body tries to compensate by slowing down everything else: your movement, your digestion, even your thoughts. That's why unusual fatigue sometimes comes with lightheadedness, shortness of breath, or a feeling of heaviness in the chest or legs. But here's the hopeful part. If you notice this kind of fatigue early and take it seriously, you can help your heart recover. Start by tracking your energy levels. Do you get tired more easily than last month? Is there a specific activity that drains you now but didn't before? Do you feel breathless while doing routine tasks? And then speak with your doctor. Don't wait for pain. Pain often comes last. But fatigue is the heart's early whisper, and it's one worth listening to. You deserve to wake up feeling light, not weighed down, to walk without fear of collapse, to move through your day with confidence and calm. So if you've been feeling tired, not just tired, but deeply tired, this may be sign number 1 that your heart needs a little more care, a little more rest, and perhaps a gentle helping hand from you. Sign number 2, shortness of breath. Even when you're not moving much, you're sitting in your favorite chair, the room is still, you haven't climbed stairs or carried anything heavy, and yet you feel it, that quiet struggle to breathe, like your lungs are working just a little harder than they used to. This kind of shortness of breath doesn't always come with panic or gasping. Sometimes it's subtle, a shallow breath, a need to pause mid-sentence, a slight tightness when bending over to tie your shoes. And while it may seem like nothing, it's often one of the clearest messages your heart can send. When the heart begins to weaken, it can't pump blood as effectively to your lungs. Fluid may begin to build up, making it harder for oxygen to move freely through your body. The result? You breathe harder, even while resting. And here's what makes this sign dangerous. Many seniors think it's just part of aging or being out of shape. They say things like, oh, I just need to take it easy. I must be gaining weight. It's just the weather today. But it's not always the weather. It's not always age. Sometimes it's your heart trying to tell you it needs help. You may also notice you can't talk and walk at the same time like you used to. You need to stop halfway through climbing stairs. You feel the need to sleep with an extra pillow to breathe better at night. These are not small things. They are signs of your body compensating, trying to make breathing easier in any way it can. The breath is sacred. It's the rhythm of life. And when it changes, we must listen. You don't have to panic, but you do have to pay attention. Speak with your doctor. They may listen to your lungs, check for fluid buildup, or perform a simple heart test to see how well your heart is functioning. And while medical support matters, so do the small things. Gentle movement throughout the day, avoiding salty foods that cause fluid retention, sitting upright when resting, practicing slow, mindful breathing. Most of all, be honest with yourself. If you've started noticing those quiet, shallow breaths, even when you're doing nothing at all, don't ignore them. Your breath deserves your attention because it's not just air, it's your heart speaking in silence. Sign number 3, swelling in the legs, ankles, or feet. When the body begins to hold on too much, take a look down at your feet. Do your socks leave deep marks on your ankles at the end of the day? Have your shoes started to feel tighter even though you haven't gained weight? Or maybe, just maybe, your legs feel heavy, like they're carrying more than they should. This gentle puffiness, this fullness in the lower limbs may seem harmless, but it could be a silent sign that your heart is struggling to keep up. You see, when the heart begins to weaken, it doesn't circulate blood as efficiently as before. Instead of moving fluid through your body and back to your heart, it starts to pool, especially in the lower parts of your body, like your feet and legs. This swelling is called edema, and it often arrives without pain or warning. One day, you notice your shoes feel snug. Another day, you press your finger into your shin and see the indentation linger. It doesn't hurt, and that's what makes it so easy to ignore. But behind that quiet swelling is a tired heart, working harder than it should, trying to push against gravity, trying to keep everything moving, trying to hold it all together. Swelling may come and go. It may be worse in the evening and better in the morning. But if it becomes a daily pattern, especially if combined with fatigue or breathlessness, it's time to listen closely. Many seniors chalk it up to standing too long, salt in their food, or heat. And while those things can contribute, persistent swelling is not just about lifestyle, it's often about circulation. So, what can you do? Start by gently observing your body each day. Do your ankles look fuller than usual? Are your rings or shoes tighter in the evening? Is one leg more swollen than the other? Then make a few loving adjustments. Elevate your legs when resting. Support your body in its effort to release fluid. Cut back on salty foods that make the body retain water. Move gently throughout the day to stimulate blood flow. Wear comfortable shoes and socks that don't constrict. And most importantly, talk to your doctor. A little swelling may seem small, but your body never makes changes without reason. Sometimes the quiet puffiness in your feet is your heart's way of asking for help, not through pain, not through fear, but through weight, stillness, and silence. Sign number 4, irregular heartbeat or fluttering sensations. When the rhythm changes, have you ever been sitting quietly, reading a book, or watching the evening news, and suddenly felt a strange flutter in your chest? Maybe your heart skipped a beat, or it felt like it stumbled, surged, then settled again. A gentle racing, a soft thump, something not quite right. It passes quickly, so you brush it off. It's probably just stress. It happens to everyone. And yes, sometimes it does. Even healthy hearts can flutter now and then. But if it happens often, if the rhythm of your heart no longer feels steady, it may be something more. You see, your heart has a natural electrical system that keeps it beating in a steady, predictable rhythm. When that rhythm becomes irregular, too fast, too slow, or inconsistent, it can be a sign that the heart muscle is under strain. Some people describe it as a fluttering bird in their chest, a racing pulse that comes out of nowhere, a pause between beats that makes them catch their breath. This may be a condition known as arrhythmia, or in some cases, atrial fibrillation, AFib, a common but serious issue in older adults. And what makes it especially dangerous is that it often feels harmless until it's not. Because when the heart loses its rhythm, blood flow can become turbulent. That increases the risk of blood clots, which can lead to strokes, heart failure, or worse. But there is hope and control. The key is not to ignore the small moments. Don't wait for pain. Don't wait until you faint or feel dizzy. Don't convince yourself that it's nothing. Instead, gently listen. Notice, is your pulse regularly irregular? Do you feel faint after a flutter? Are you more out of breath than usual during these moments? Even something as simple as placing your fingers on your wrist each morning and checking your pulse for 30 seconds can reveal changes worth discussing. And yes, speak to your doctor. They may do a heart monitor, an ECG, or suggest small lifestyle changes or medications that can help restore the rhythm your heart deserves. And remember, your heart has been beating for you every single second of your life. It deserves to be heard when its rhythm changes. Even if it's just a flutter, even if it feels minor, it matters. Because in every beat lies the story of your strength, your love, your life. Sign number 5, chest tightness or discomfort, especially when you move. It doesn't always feel like pain. Sometimes it's just a pressure, a weight, a strange tightness that lingers behind the breastbone. Other times it feels like something is pressing against your chest when you climb stairs, walk to the mailbox, or carry a bag of groceries. It may not stop you in your tracks, but it makes you pause, makes you breathe deeper, makes you wonder, was that normal? This isn't always the movie scene heart attack with dramatic clutching and sudden collapse. In real life, heart discomfort is often subtle, quiet, and easy to dismiss, especially for seniors. Many older adults feel this kind of chest tightness during physical activity, but they tell themselves, it's just my age, I'm out of shape. It'll go away if I sit for a moment. And yes, it might go away, but that doesn't mean it should be ignored. What you may be feeling is a condition called angina, a warning sign that your heart isn't getting enough oxygen during stress or movement. It's not always dangerous in the moment, but it is your heart's way of saying, I'm working harder than I should be, and I'm not getting what I need. This tightness can feel like pressure, squeezing, burning, or even mild discomfort in the neck, jaw, shoulder, or upper back. And because it passes with rest, many people let it go unchecked until one day it doesn't go away at all. But here's the good news. When you recognize this sign early, there is so much you can do. Simple changes in medication, diet, and gentle exercise can improve blood flow and reduce strain on the heart. So listen closely. Pay attention to when the tightness happens, what activity causes it, how long it takes to fade after you stop. Then talk to your doctor. Not in fear, but in wisdom. Because you know now that your body is speaking in soft, subtle tones. And tightness in the chest, especially when you move, is one of the most important voices to hear. You've carried so much in your life. Don't let your heart carry more than it should. Sign number 6, trouble sleeping flat or waking up gasping. When the heart whispers at night, you lie down to sleep. The house is quiet. Your body rests, but your breath feels different. Maybe you feel pressure in your chest when lying flat, or you find yourself needing an extra pillow, then another, just to breathe comfortably. Or worse, you suddenly wake in the middle of the night, gasping for air, unsure why your chest feels so heavy. This isn't just insomnia, it's not just getting older. It could be your heart trying to speak when the world around you has gone still. You see, when the heart weakens, it has a harder time pumping blood efficiently, especially when you lie flat. Without gravity's help, fluid can begin to back up into the lungs, creating a sense of pressure, tightness, or even drowning from within. This is why many seniors with heart issues report needing 2 or more pillows to sleep, propping themselves up in a recliner, feeling short of breath while resting in bed, waking up suddenly with a need to sit upright to catch their breath. Doctors call this orthopnea or paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. Big words for a simple truth. Your heart is having a harder time while you sleep. It's a quiet danger, because nighttime is when we're least aware, least guarded, most vulnerable. And yet, for those with a weakening heart, night can become the loudest time of all. So what should you watch for? Do you fall asleep easily, lying flat, or do you feel pressure in your chest? Do you wake up with a dry cough or need to sit up to breathe better? Are naps in a chair more comfortable than sleeping in bed? These small changes, though they may feel minor, are not normal signs of aging. They are gentle warnings that your heart may be struggling to keep up, even in stillness. But there is hope. With the right care, many seniors regain the ability to sleep peacefully again. This might mean adjusting medications, reducing fluid retention, or following a heart-friendly evening routine. And just as important, Let your doctor know how you sleep. Don't leave out the night when talking about your health, because the heart works hardest in silence when you are resting, healing, dreaming. You deserve restful sleep, the kind that doesn't come with gasps or fear, the kind that heals. Sign number 7: confusion, memory loss, or lightheadedness. When the heart affects the mind. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there? Or maybe you felt a little foggy lately, like your thoughts aren't quite connecting. Simple things seem harder to remember, and sometimes when you stand up too quickly, the world spins just a little. These may sound like signs of aging. And yes, forgetfulness and dizziness can be part of getting older, but when they appear suddenly or grow worse over time, they may point to something deeper, something in the heart. Your brain, like every organ, depends on oxygen rich blood to function properly. And who's responsible for delivering that precious supply? Your heart. When your heart starts to weaken, it may not pump enough blood upward toward your head. The result? Mental fog, forgetfulness, difficulty focusing, even episodes of confusion or disorientation. You might also feel lightheaded when standing up, unsteady when walking, or like you're not fully present in conversation. These symptoms aren't always constant, but they often come and go quietly, especially during moments when your heart is under pressure, after a meal, while standing, or during stress. Many seniors brush these moments aside, thinking, I'm just tired. I probably didn't sleep enough. Everyone forgets things. But memory and balance are delicate. When the heart cannot feed the brain what it needs, your entire sense of clarity and orientation can shift. The good news is, this kind of confusion is often reversible when addressed early. If poor circulation is the cause, then helping the heart improves the mind. So, what can you do? Pay attention to mental slips that feel out of character. Notice if confusion appears after activity, meals, or when standing. Tell your doctor, don't hide or downplay it. Prioritize hydration, nutrition, and heart healthy habits. And most importantly, rest when your body and your brain ask you to. Because clarity is not just about memory, it's about being present for the moments that still matter. Your heart doesn't just keep you alive, it helps you feel, connect, remember, and love. So when your thoughts feel distant or the world tilts beneath your feet, don't be afraid. Just listen. It may be time to offer your heart a little more support so your mind can return home again. The heart is more than a muscle, it's a memory keeper, a silent companion. It's been with you through every high and every low, every breath, every loss, every joy. And like any companion, it whispers before it shouts. Today, we've gently uncovered 7 signs, small, quiet shifts that many seniors brush off, ignore, or accept as just part of aging. But they're not just signs of getting older, they're signs of a heart asking for care. Not through fear, not through pain, but through an unexpected breathlessness, a flutter in the chest, a swollen ankle, a tired morning that won't lift, a foggy moment you didn't expect. These signs aren't here to scare you, they're here to help you stay ahead. Because the truth is, many heart conditions are manageable when caught early. Your body wants to heal, and even now, in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, your heart can grow stronger with gentle steps. So, what can you do now? Don't ignore what feels off. Speak openly with your doctor, even if it feels small. Eat in a way that feeds your heart, not burdens it. Move a little each day, even if it's slow. Rest when your body asks you to, and most of all, speak kindly to yourself. You've carried others, you've loved deeply, you've lived fully. Now it's time to care for the one thing that has never stopped working for you, your own heart. If this video helped you, I gently ask, leave a comment and let us know which sign resonated with you. Share this with someone you love because many suffer in silence, not knowing these signs. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel for more healing wisdom made just for you. Here, your heart is not forgotten. Here, your story still matters. Here, you are seen, you are valued, and you are never too late to begin again. With strength, with peace, with grace. Take care of your heart. It's been taking care of you for a very long time.